Okay, there we go. Douglas is gone. He came for his treat. Thank you for the subscription. He said, ate his treat, and then went back out to see Charity. Charity's been working a lot lately, so we haven't gotten to see her. Oh, guys, we are moving now into the game component. Winded Client asks, isn't Frosty in this tourney? He is. He is in this tourney. I don't know if his team's playing right now. Maybe that is why he invited us. I do not know, but we are starting off now. Got to talk about the game and what's going on in the game so that people know what's happening. So far, we are doing the ban pick. So how simple should I make my explanations? I think I will explain for people who haven't seen. We're just resizing it right now. Got to make sure it's perfect so that everybody can see everything going on there. That looks, oh, not quite right. Has a bit of a border. Let's get rid of that border. Ooh, can we do it? Is it rid of the border? There we go. That's good. Perfect. Frosty's on the red team. Frosty is on the red team, so Frosty's on the Eternals team. Need to center this better. There, that's pretty well centered. Pleb Defense Force on the left-hand side. The blue team, so far, they've banned 2 support heroes. So we see Zip is banned and Teamy is banned. Those are both very top-tier supports right now in the game of Arena of Valor. And that is what we are casting today in this tournament for Anihi. Up for grabs today. We have about $100 worth of prizes. Anihi, out of his own pocket, being very generous, trying to promote the competitive scene by hosting this tournament. We ended up getting 5 teams total in this tournament, and it is double elimination, meaning every team is guaranteed to play at least 2 games. Now, on the first pick, now it's very interesting because we saw Aram being the first pick for the blue team. Now the first pick for a team is usually the most broken heroes that are available. You want to snag those before they're gone. So you'll notice in the bans, we had blue team banned Zip and Teamy. Zip's a pretty broken hero. You don't want people getting Zip, so that's why they banned it. On the red team, you saw them banned Elendor and Kafni. Now, Elendor is very broken, but he's very hard to play. Kafni is very easy to play and very, very strong. So I understand both of those bans. Leaving, actually, a lot of very strong heroes to be chosen. You have Thorn, you have Pain, you have... Who else is really, really strong right now? Sinestria, brand new hero. I don't know if they're letting Sinestria in this tournament. We will find out if Sinestria is allowed in this tournament if somebody drafts her. Red team could still draft her. But anyways, there's still a lot of strong heroes that were not chosen from the blue team. So that conveys to me that blue team is not planning to choose to play any of those broken heroes. Otherwise, they definitely would have first picked it. So the Aram first pick, really intriguing to me because there are ways to counter Aram when she's first chosen. So usually... your first pick, at least in League of Legends, if you guys follow Worlds and all that, your draft pick's usually your mid lane first, followed by your top lane. Then you have your bottom, so your support and your marksman is usually drafted. Last, you'll choose your jungler. Typically, junglers are the backbone, I'd say, for a team. However, they can be countered because of that. So if you choose them first, that can lead to some trouble. So you don't see either team choosing junglers first, which is good. Safe choices. Now let's talk about the rest of the picks. Aram and Alistar. That is a very strong combo. Both of those characters have very strong ultimates that lock down the opponents. So you prevent the opponent from moving for a good 3 to 5 seconds, depending on the ultimate and the level of the ultimate. So Aram and Alistar are the only 2 heroes in the game who have that effect, and they're both on the exact same team. And they're actually, yeah, I see chat mentioning that Aram and Alistar are actually good counters to Pain, which they are, and that's a really good point. So as I was saying, Pain wasn't chosen by the blue team, meaning that they probably weren't planning to choose Pain. So instead, they're trying to counter him with their composition. And that should work well, because Pain is an assassin. He's a mage assassin who has just insane movement. He can fly across the map pretty much. Like, it seems that way. Even though it's only like a quarter of the map he can fly across. It's still a ridiculous amount of movement in a mobile MOBA game where the map is not as big as it is on a personal computer MOBA game, such as League of Legends or Dota. Those maps are huge, but in mobile MOBAs, the maps are smaller, meaning you can extend further with skills that allow you to travel, such as Pain's ultimate. Now we have the rest of the bans popping off. We got Yenna and Elaine banned for the red team. The red team banned 2 top lane heroes. So they know that the blue team has not yet chosen their jungler and has not yet chosen their top lane hero. So that's why you see the bans of those types of heroes, right? You see the ban of Yenna and you see the ban of Elaine. Now on the blue team, they have not banned any... Oh, they did. They banned a support. So that we know that the red team still has left to choose their marksman and their support. So you see those bans of Alice. They're not wanting to see Alice. So Alice is pretty good against Alistair and also very annoying against Aram as well. So like when I look at this team, when I look at blue team, I feel like the team is almost composed and the bans are composed to be around Aram and Alistair. Though largely Aram. You see the supports banned right away because they don't want their opponents to choose those supports. They don't want their opponents to choose Zip or Teamy. They're also conveying the fact that they're not going to be choosing those supports, Zip or Teamy. So what supports are they going to take? Well, likely Aram, which we see here. And now you see the team swapping around their characters. I've been talking a lot about the blue team. Let's look at the red team here, this side. So red team is the Eternals. Blue team is the Pleb Defense Force. Now, the red team, looking at their composition, their support is likely going to be Richter. Now, Richter, as a support, has a lot of roaming potential, a lot more than a support such as Arm. Now, Richter's going to have to decide, though, because Arm is such a powerful support and Alistair, that combination is very strong. Richter might be limited in the amount that he can roam if he's having to prevent those two from doing crazy things. Now, blue team has the best composition. The Ada and Aram are the strongest heroes for invading together, especially like in their own right. Each one individually are the top 2 best heroes for invading, and then you see them both on the exact same team. Makes me wonder if they will be invading the enemy team's jungle right off the start. That would actually be very strong, and Slims would be really good in that role as well, invading, because he has his spear that can stun people. So blue team has a very strong, very, very strong invading team composition. The red team, however, they have a very strong poking composition. You see Raz and Laville both have very long range. Raz shoots a fireball. Raz is also very assassin style as well. He can hide in a bush. You can kill somebody very quickly. But that's going to be hard for him to do with opponents having Aram and Ada on their same team. Here we go. We got the teams starting off. Let's look at each team's jungler. On the blue team, we have Lei as Kira. And on the red team, we have Kino as Pain, just roaming around there at the fountain, getting prepared. Now, it looks like we're going to have Richter up top. Yeah, he's definitely supporting, because we're going to have Wonder Woman in the top lane. And then the top lane on the blue team, it's going to be definitely Ada. Now, it looks like we are potentially going to be seeing an invade. We see both of those heroes I was talking about that are very strong in invading, getting ready to go in. Now, this is surprising to see them having such a tough time. Which skill did Ada take as his first skill? Okay, he took the jumping skill, his S1, which allows him to jump and give knockups to the team. So we're watching him there. Meanwhile, we got Slims down in the bottom lane, fighting with Laville. We can go ahead and hide that bottom. No crazy equipments purchased yet. We see Slims throwing a spear, missing it. He was expecting Richter to go to the right. Now, red team, as I was saying, they're poking composition and the roam power of Richter. You saw Richter up top defending the invade. Immediately, he runs right down to the bottom here to help push with Mr. Frosty and ensure that his team is able to get some easy gold from these minions. Yeah, this is a strong poking composition. We see Aram uses her flicker. She's able to get out. Wow, Raz jumps right into the tower. He's committing here. That's at least one kill. Slims barely alive. Raz able to pick up that Slims. That was a huge pickup for the red team. You'll notice the gold lead. This is about 400, 500 gold for the red team, which is pretty good after that engage. They were able to take out the blue team's marksman, which is huge. Marksmans really want gold quickly so that they can scale. Now y'all see both junglers are sitting down here, just kind of looking at each other, wondering what the next move is going to be. What's crazy is that Raz almost lived. If Kira hadn't been down there, he probably wouldn't have been able to get out. Slims landing that spear. That Slim spear is huge. That's going to definitely net a kill, especially with Kira being down in the bottom lane, able to clean that up. That's huge. They are now tied for kills and for gold. That was very brave of the red team to stay as long as they did. I think they were feeling a little overconfident. Pain ends up having to ult out, which you don't want to have to see that happen from Pain as a jungler. Alistair landing a crucial ult on that Raz, and Slims finishing him off. That was a big pickup as well. You're going to see Alistair and Arm are the backbone for this blue team. Once we start to get to the late game, it's going to be very tough for red team to contest those ultimate abilities. And Slims with his stun. Wow, I was talking about the poke ability of the red team, but blue team showing they have a strong poke as well. Ada landing a powerful stun there with his S2, followed up with an ultimate ability. That giant ship appears out of the ground and they're able to get 2 kills from that. That was really powerful. Good play by the blue team. They're working all very, very well together. You see Arm stunned at the base from Laville's ultimate ability. Oh, nice. Ada was able to make it out before Richter could come and get him. That probably would have been a dead Ada if Richter got there in time, especially with Laville standing right there as well. Now, Arm's back down here. She's saying hello. She's trying to scare away the opponents. She doesn't want them to come in there and make any trouble for her team. Richter's just hanging in the bush. Richter's passive ability was recently buffed, allows him to heal for more health in the bush. Not getting hit by that spear, that's huge. Up top, we have Ada fighting against Wonder Woman. Let's look at that gold differential between those two top laners. Oh yeah, there you go. Look at Alistair roaming up top, ensuring a kill right there. And that's big. We see Wonder Woman 1.8k gold. Ada 1.7. They were pretty close. That fight was pretty close. Meanwhile, I got a big fight up here. Oh, looks like Kira went really deep, but she's able to get out of there with her ultimate ability. She can walk through walls. She does not care. Wow, Richter doing his best there. Oh, that spear almost hitting him. Slims is hungry. We got the little Teletubby emote here as Arm goes back home looking cute with her Teletubby, keeping her safe. Now Kira as well wants a hug. She could have visited Arm as she was recalling to get a hug from that Teletubby, but didn't need to. That would have been a waste of time, says Kira. She's the jungler. She needs to get gold. She needs to get gold fast. How's she looking? 3-0, 2.4k gold compared to the enemy Pain, 0-0-0. But similar looking gold, meaning Pain has been able to jungle quite efficiently while Kira has actually been out getting kills. We see Richter being a goofy guy going into the jungle, just trying to annoy Kira. But because he was in the jungle, that means his marksman's going to die because he wasn't there to support. This is a huge fight. Wow. Raz pushing the Arm all the way under the tower. Now that Arm's gone and Alistair has used his ultimate, if red team's able to capitalize on this, this would be huge, but it doesn't look like they'll be able to because they used up all their abilities trying to stop the Arm and the Alistair, who are now out of this fight. But it's not like those were the only tanky heroes that blue team has. Blue team also has Ada, who has moved from his top lane to join this team fight. This is a very high level game actually, guys. I'm really impressed with the quality of these players. Oh, did you just see that pickup? Slims. Whoa. Richter barely making it out. We'll look in the equipment in a second. Oh, Pain goes down. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about a good counter to Pain being Arm. You'll see that right there. She just uses ultimate ability. He flew in, Pain went flying in, and then got bopped. Yeah, you see Slims picked up his Clavis Sancti. Slims is 413 right now. 3.2k gold, which is substantially higher. Over 1,000 gold higher than the Laville. Another big kill there. Look how safely Alistair can ult. Nice. Arm blocking that shot too. What a nice Nice support. Aram is protecting her little teammate. We have Infamous. Wonder Woman hiding in the bush. Really wants to try to steal that blue buff. Was not able to get it. Kira was still able to get it. That was a bold play. She able to get out? Definitely not anymore. Once Alistair shows up. That was a 5v1 on there. They saw Wonder Woman jump into the jungle. Now, Wonder Woman was recently buffed. She's very powerful, but not strong enough to take a 5v1. At least at this point of the game. Wow, Raz landing his full combo on Kira. But of course, Kira has the ultimate ability. Allows her to just run through walls. It's insane, and she's gone. She's out of there. She says, you know what? I got poked a lot. Raz used his ultimate on me. They used all their abilities. I'm just going to run out and let my team continue to clean up. So she's able to heal off the jungle minions, and she's back again. You'll see the roaming of the blue team. Very strong. I'm really impressed by this. You'll see that's a big difference between high-level players and lower-level players, is their ability to roam and engage as a team. They have to know which objectives to contest, when to go for towers, and when to farm. That's what's difficult. If you're a marksman and you're always roaming, you're not going to get much gold. You're not going to get much farm. The reason why the blue team's marksman is able to roam as much as he is, the answer is right here. Look, no tower for the red team. They were able to get that tower quite early, which is able to free up their marksman to move. Now, this is a big fight right here. Oh, Wonder Woman goes in, gets that big skill off. She actually goes ahead and eats the ultimate of Aram. That's fantastic for the red team to take that ultimate on their tanky Wonder Woman. Red team's really pushing this. They might be able to take it. Yeah, Ada's soaking a lot of hits. Kira's full health and not engaging with the Ada. It's hard to determine in that match, should you continue the fight, should you not. Red team ended up coming out on top there. Slowly trying to get back that lead. Oh, that's a big pickup by Kira. Able to get the blue buff from the red team. That means that red team, not only did they lose their bottom tower, allowing their marksmen to roam, but their jungle's a lot more open, a lot harder to protect, as you are able to see with this Kira getting that blue buff. Right? She hasn't even gone to her blue buff. You know what? That actually frees up if Alistair wants this blue buff. I'm sure he could take it, because Kira already has one, but Kira also wants more gold too. So if she's going to keep going in there, that's totally understandable. She is 4-0-3 right now on the blue team. That may explain why she didn't want to go into that fight. With the Ada, she determined, you know what? In this fight, I don't need to overextend too much. We have a strong lead. Let's just hold on to it. Let's not try to press it even further and risk. Now, here's a big fight up here. Wonder Woman able to get out. We have this fight down here. Look at all the poke that the red team is taking. I think I really underestimated the ability that the blue team has to poke their opponents. They have Slims, who's good at poking, and they have the mobility of their jungler. Kira is able to be quite mobile. Now, red team's trying to set up a little bit of a gang. Now, you'll know Raz is typically seen doing this. He's typically hanging out in a bush, wanting to get a surprise kill. Are they going to be able to get this Kira? There's two of them there. I imagine they'll be able to get it. Oh, not quite. If Aram wasn't there. Look at that. Wow. They thought they were going to get Kira. Nope. Aram just comes in and ults. Makes it an even fight. Richter has to leave, licking his wounds. Hardly any health left. He's going to be able to make it out. Meanwhile, the Raz died in that fight. It was a 2v1 versus the Kira, trying to hide in the bush to surprise her. Nope, Kira's mobility is just too strong, and Aram was there to seal the deal, to make sure that no killing happened. That's a very strong play from their support. Very strong play from the Aram. Yeah, I see chat mentioning that Pain was baited. Yeah, they didn't ban Pain. They left it open because I think they wanted their opponent to choose it. Oh my goodness. The Alistair ultimate, the combination. One Alistair ultimate. Then you see Aram's ultimate. That's going to be almost a guaranteed at this point 2 kills for the blue team in these team fights. This is going to be very hard for the red team to come back. Oh, and Richter goes down too. That's 3 opponents down for the blue team. Their opponents, the red team. 4 of them are down now. It's all 5 of them against poor little Pain. Poor little jungle Pain. This is probably going to be it. With all of them there, they only have 1 tank minion. I don't know if the tank minion is going to be enough. Will the tank minion go down? It'll go down. Yep. And Alistair immediately ults the Pain and says, nope, you're not even going to get another kill at the end. So guys, it is double elimination. Double elimination. Let's go over these stats at the end. Do you want to see my beautiful face here? Hey everybody, how's it going? We can see the chat as well. If you guys talk, we can talk about this game and you guys can share your thoughts right now. And this will be also in the YouTube video afterwards. Let's quickly talk about this game, things that went well, things that didn't go well. We can look at these scores. You guys see the MVPs. MVPs for the blue team, it's showing Kira. It's showing Kira, but honestly, I think the MVP for the blue team was the Aram. That first pick Aram baited the blue team to choose Pain. Baited him. That's a play before the game even starts. And then the play as well of the Aram was very solid. The entire blue team, they roamed very well. They communicated very well together. Very, very good job, guys. On the red team, we see Frosty getting that MVP. I think that's where I would put it as well. Those ultimates all day long from across the map, getting so many stuns, long stuns. Very well played. Let's look at the items they bought. Yeah, you'll see blue team had a lot more gold. They were able to get a lot more of their items. You'll see the Slims already had his Bow of Slaughter. Frosty, the Laville, not able to get it. That's a big item. That gives a lot of life steal, life drain, all the good stuff there. Let's look at the details, the damage breakdown. Okay, yeah, look at that. You'll see a lot more centralized the damage dealt on the blue team as opposed to the red. So you'll look at Slims dealt the highest amount, 28.9. On the red team, it's actually pretty close between Raz and Laville. Laville dealt a little bit more than Raz, and you'll see Infamous as well. With Wonder Woman was harassing the jungle, and she got a lot of damage off on the jungler. She also took, just about the most damage. Richter actually took the most damage. Really solid game. Really solid game. Red team was aggressive early. They were very aggressive. Yeah, red team was very aggressive. They were unable to counter the really strong control effects of the blue team. Not only did they have Aram and Alistair, which just shut down people with their ultimates so that the team can attack them. They also had Ada. So that Ada's really annoying to fight against for somebody like Raz, for example, who doesn't have teleports exactly. He kind of has to use his attacks to move through objects. That's pretty tough for him. Frosty, or Laville, I mean, as well, does not have an ability that allows him to jump or teleport. So Ada was a really strong pick as well and made it really tough for the red team. But yeah, overall, is that Aram combination with the Alistair was really strong. Though honestly, they played so well. They could have had a different mage. I think it would have been a similar outcome. They roamed very well, communicated quite strongly. You could see red was trying to do it as well, but just the composition didn't allow them to utilize it as much. A big moment was in the center. You saw Raz and Richter hiding in that bush, and they were ready. They were excited to come in and kill whoever came. Kira came. She came all alone. They jumped on her, weren't able to get her because Aram popped up, used her ultimate. Whew. They ended up dying. Raz died. Richter left with like 10 health. All right, let's connect with the chat while we're just hanging out here waiting for our next match, guys. We are on stream delay. We are on a 45-second stream delay, so I can see your comments. I'm going to read them. We're going to hang out with chat for a little bit until we get our next match. Let me let them know that I'm ready for the next match here. Just at me with okay. All right. Are you paid to commentate? I am not paid to commentate. No. This tournament's about the players and the scene, growing the scene. So whoever wins today is getting $50 Canadian for their team. And then there's a bunch of other smaller prizes. I'm not sure all of them, but if your team does the most damage or second place or I don't know, things like that. Yeah. Winning Client says, Bread Team's only win condition is baiting Aram and Alistair with Raz and Richter, then Pain sweeping. Yeah, I agree, Winded. I don't know if that's their only win condition. I think they can also win the macro game if they're pushing in other areas. They didn't really choose macro heroes, though. Like in the Slayer lane, it would have been nice to see, for example, Superman can push lanes a lot better. Do you know what I mean? So you're right. In team fights, that's good. That's a good way. Good win condition there in the team fights.
Drunk, leave me alone. So you don't know what to wear, gotta do another